Good morning, class. Today I'd like to start out discussing one of the most impressive geological features found on Earth, the Grand Canyon of the Colorado Plateau. And by discussing how it was formed, I hope to introduce you to a few important geological concepts. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Grand Canyon, it is a deep gorge, or series of canyons and channels cut by the Colorado River over a period of some 5 to 6 million years. It's approximately 277 miles in length, up to 15 miles wide, and it cuts to a depth of nearly a mile at its deepest point. I'm going to talk about 4 natural processes that created the canyon: plate tectonics, volcanism, lithification, and weathering and erosion. First, it's important to note that the Earth is not solid. Actually, the Earth's surface consists of plates floating on a liquid layer that surrounds a solid core. Now, these plates move in different directions, what we call plate tectonics, a process we'll cover at greater length in later lectures. What you need to know is that plate tectonics, nearly 1.75 billion years ago, when the Earth was a third its current age, so 1.75 billion years ago, the collision between two plates, the North American plate and the Pacific plate, it created a huge mountain range, believed to be larger than the Himalayas today. These mountains are long gone, but they remain in the deepest and oldest layers of rock in the Grand Canyon. A second set of processes is responsible for the mountains' near disappearance. Water and wind slowly cut away at the mountains, breaking them down into smaller rocks, particles, and sand, processes we call weathering and erosion. And this weathering and erosion happened over a period of 500 million years. In fact, it continues to this day. And so these ancient mountains eroded. They were broken down by water and wind, and what remains of them now forms the bottommost layer of the Grand Canyon. Now, if you think of the Grand Canyon as a layered giant cake, what I'm going to tell you next might make more sense. Over millions of years, the Earth's climate changed. A series of oceans formed and retreated over the eroded mountains. Each time the oceans came and went, they left layers of sand, silt, clay, and other sediments. The pressure of one layer forming on top pressed the sediments together into rock layers: sandstone, shale, limestone, and others. This is our third process, sedimentary rock formation, or what we call lithification. Okay, rock layers like cake layers, right? The ancient mountain range is like a plate, and each layer of sediment is like the layers of the cake laid down over a period of millions of years, so much so that you can read the history of the Earth in the walls of the canyon. Once at the bottom of the ocean, today the north side, the north rim of the canyon is 8,000 feet above sea level. A fourth process explains how that happened. Well, around 17 million years ago, volcanic pressures deep within the Earth may have caused additional conflict between the North American and Pacific plates, resulting in a massive uplift, an upward pressure that continued raising the landmass until about 5 million years ago. This process, it created what is today called the Colorado Plateau, a 130,000 square mile table-like landmass that once stood nearly 3 miles above sea level at its highest point. Had this not happened, the Grand Canyon probably would never have formed, and instead be resting under an ocean, or simply be a modest river gorge. Remember I said that the twin processes of weathering and erosion, in the form of water and wind, are with us today. Well, following the uplift of the Colorado Plateau, they became the major actors in the formation of the canyon. Even before the Colorado Plateau was rising, around 20 million years ago, the Colorado River was cutting into the layers of sedimentary rock, carrying away the eroded rock, and forming the eastern end of the canyon. The uplift of the plateau then caused the river to cut deeper and deeper. Then something happened. We don't know exactly why, to change the ancient course of the Colorado River to its present course, emptying into the Gulf of California.